Hello again and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse, aka BGFH, and I am back for a low vision spotlight game video, and I also kind of want to say a partially accessible game spotlight video because I know a lot of totally blind players love to play fighting games as well, despite their visual nature and lack of accessible menus and such. However, we are taking a look at a game called SoulCalibur VI, and if you have followed the channel for any length of time, I've already covered this game on the channel via a couple of Mixer archives. I've played this game on stream twice so far as I'm recording this video, and so yeah, we've taken a look at a few different done a variety of different things here, but I figured let's just do one kind of a nice like have a spotlight video just kind of highlighting a little bit of everything. I'm not going to dive too deeply into any specific thing, but just give you an idea. So SoulCalibur, this series is, I love this series. I've fallen away from it until 6 for quite a while. I remember playing Soul Blade in the it's either Soul Blade or Soul Edge in the arcade. I think it was Soul Edge. Then Soul Blade on the PlayStation. But I fell really hard for it on the Dreamcast. SoulCalibur was the launch title. It upped, I mean, it was better than what they did in the arcade. There were extra modes. There was this cool Weapon Master mode where you could have all these special fights where you had all these win conditions and you could upgrade your character, your weapons, and your gear and all that kind of thing. And then they kind of got away from that. You know, I played SoulCalibur 2 on the GameCube because, hey, they had Link as a guest character. That was pretty awesome. Then I kind of fell away from it. I played the one, I don't remember if it was 3 or 4 on the 360, where they had the guest characters from Star Wars. They had Yoda on the 360 version and Vader on the PS4, although I think they unlocked them all later. You know, I wanted to like that game, but I just really never got into it. So I was kind of dormant there until SoulCalibur 6, and this game was getting a lot of positive buzz. And I thought, you know, okay, let's give this another shot, because it's a series I really fondly remember back in the day, and I'm really glad I did, because not only can you do all your traditional multiplayer stuff, but it brings back some of a lot more story content, a lot more single player content that like the first Dreamcast game had. And that's fantastic. As someone who just gets creamed when they go online to even try, or who doesn't have a lot of local friends who can play with, who I can play with, having a good single player thing is great. Not only do we have story mode, we have 2 story modes, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But we are going to go to battle mode first. We'll do a little bit of arcade. So battle mode is actually where you find arcade mode. It's actually stuck in a little sub-menu there, but we got a versus thing. We've got a training thing there. I wish that was more interactive than it is, but it's kind of just your typical, you know, training sort of thing. So we're not really going to go in there. We're just going to do, again, we're going to do normal here, normal difficulty, and I'll just choose a random person here. I think I've beaten arcade mode twice. I beat it with my boy Siegfried and, was it Sofitia maybe? I can't remember who I beat the arcade mode with, but I know I did with Siegfried. And I gotta show him off eventually, because
replete with riches attracts more chaos than customers.
Go big or go home. That's what I always say.
Ah, Maxi. Surfer Maxi. You follow me on Twitter. There's a few of us that were talking about Surfer Maxi as part of the story mode. So like this guy, he's like this sailor thing, and he just has this sort of surfer accent thing going on. Ah, okay.
You're mine.
So, as you can tell, this is a 3D fighter.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
And it's a weapons-based fighter, so everybody has their own unique weapons. Some you got, I got my this guy, he had nunchucks in the original game. You got, you can equip different weapons when you get in different modes. Some people have swords. There's a guy with a big hammer. They have like this whip blade thing. Ivy, God, I can't stand her. Yes. Okay, be a little more dramatic there, lady.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
And the announcer in this game is just funny because he always has these weird, like, I call them cheesy, but they're always these sayings at the beginning and end of matches. Like he's trying to be totally serious, but it comes off as just really cheesy and over dramatic. Oh God, okay, that was fun.
Am I too fast for you?
And now I did this. Okay, so I did this kind of special attack. And then, so there's a lot of mechanics that I'm not really going to be able to explain super deeply because I'm just a casual fighting game fan. But you have these like soul guards or soul parry kind of a thing. And, oh, damn, okay, how did that not connect to anything? If I go like this, you'll do like this soul clash. And then it's kind of a rock, paper, scissors of like, did you do you have a horizontal, a vertical, and a kick attack, and then you have grabs. And there we go. There's Maxie's, damn, man, that's
Go get some rest.
And by that you mean just perish. Go get some rest. All right.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Yeah, so you listen to that guy.
Come fight
He's
me
just...
anytime. I'll be waiting.
All right, bro. We'll do one more fight. We're definitely not going to go all the way up through the arcade mode because that'll take us a long time, and I want to just go through at least a couple of the major modes here that one would want to play in this game, since this is a spotlight video. Again, if you want to see more of this, there's probably a good...
In a cursed castle hall, warriors dance in a masquerade of death.
Okay, buddy.
Let's do this.
There's probably a good, under the Mixer playlist, there's probably a good 3 to 4 hours of footage of you going through different story modes and arcade modes, and you're doing a lot of stuff, so, hey, Nick.
Come.
So, this is one of the games where I really try not to bug things. Like I'm trying to say, okay, you're this distance from me, you have this kind of weapon. I'm trying to really read into it more of like, okay, this, now I'm going to do a kick, now I'm going to do like horizontal thing. And you have your 8-way run, so at any time I can kind of start tapping up or down, and then I can do I can move around the character with a fighter as if we were kind of... And that really helps, because it might get us away from a ring out, or it'll get us to a side where we can do like a side-specific attack, maybe a sideways grab, something like that. So positioning, actually, it's not just, left to right, it's, it is different, so...
Am I too fast for you?
So I powered up there. Here, let's do this.
You made your hair into a weapon?
Nah.
I'm gonna end this.
Okay, yeah, sure, that works. Oh, that was cool. I'm not quite sure how they did that, but that was a kind of cool lunge attack.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Yes, bask.
Unless you want to die, give it up.
I get a kick out of this guy. I get a kick out of Maxie in this game. He's just so cocky. Alright, so we're gonna, once we get into the next match here, I'll pause it and we'll go back to the main menu here and we'll load something else. Go into another mode and show you guys.
The desire for power leads the warriors to the arid desert.
Okay, let's do this.
Alright, man.
May the wind watch over me.
Battle 1. Fight!
And I remember in the original Dreamcast version, it was so cool just watching the fluidity, the animations transitioning the way they did. They had these little character demos where each character could kind of go through and just sequentially go through all their move list on any stages you wanted. And it was just, like I said, it was so fluid and fast and just a really stunning game back in the day. And there's just something about SoulCalibur that I really like. So now we have, like I said, there's 2 different story modes. Yeah, so Soul Chronicle. This is where you take... There's a main story, which I've finished. And so you see here, there are... Wow. Yeah, so on the very top here, and I can go back and do any of these if I wanted to. But you have a main story, and then what you can do is you can go down through and play. Throughout this timeline, you see where some people's stories, they start near the beginning, some people start no more toward the middle, or toward the, different places in the main timeline. And sometimes they will intersect, they'll intersect different parts of the main story, or sometimes they won't even have anything to do with the main fight. They just might incidentally run into something, or a character that might be in the main thing here. Let's do... let's just do this one because that way I can, it's usually about 4 to 6 battles for these minor stories. And at this one, it looks like if I arrow down, it kind of skips one right now. So if I beat this this story, sub-story, character story, then I can unlock another related character. So I'm just kind of going down the list here. So let's go in. And so yeah, we got basically chapter, we get chapter 1 here. And these have kind of this, they're not full cutscenes, but they're like these weird, just kind of silhouettes. And it is voice acted, so you'll get to hear that.
The Aval organization is something of a legend. Long ago, the king of a knightly order took up the spirit sword to confront the wielder of the cursed sword. Lurking in history's shadows, the secret society has persisted through the ages. Their mission has been to find the lost spirit sword and bestow it upon their future king, while preventing those that they called outsiders from wreaking havoc upon the world. Grow, a young man blessed with a cool head and magnificent fighting skills, became leader of the organization's punitive force. They sent him on a mission to hunt down and kill the Wreaker of Chaos, the Azure Knight. However, his entire force was destroyed, and he was dealt a nearly mortal wound.
Okay.
You are so fragile, so weak.
Damn you, outsider!
Submit your soul to me.
Never! You have not defeated me yet!
And here we go, we probably get to fight now. Oh, okay, not yet.
Am I dead?
Maybe?
Kill anyone still alive. My soul, it is being taken over.
Okay. Oh, okay.
He's being consumed by an evil force. There is no use in letting him live as a hideous monster. Perhaps I could kill two birds by having him fight that outsider I already experimented on. He's being held around front.
Okay. So some of these little sub-chapters, some of them don't have any fight, and some of them maybe have a couple fights, so we'll see. So I have not, cool. I have not really played with this guy yet, but I'm kind of liking him based on what I'm seeing so far. He seems damn fast. Actually, I kind of like his weapon too. Ow! Hey, bub. Okay. Alright, I win. So that should probably be one chapter. We'll just play through this guy's story because these are generally pretty short.
Oh!
Aswell, why are you here?
Bravo! Magnificent! You've done well to return to your senses. Dear Gro, you fascinate me!
I was battling the Azure Knight.
And you failed. Without my aid, you would be dead now.
What of the Azure Knight?
I could not defeat him. It took my all simply to bring you back with me. He's a malevolent king and wields the cursed sword. It would not have ended well for me.
Blast. Could we assemble a new punitive force?
You wish to challenge him again? So loyal to the organization and the cause! The extermination of outsiders indeed! Sacrificing everything, even your life, to achieve the organization's objective! Is it because of the hatred you bear for the outsiders? Those fiends who took your family, friends, and home?
They are evil. All outsiders must perish. The deaths of my brothers shall not be in vain.
Of course! How could it be otherwise? That's who you are! And so you must be cursed by fate! Oh, the tragedy! The drama is palpable!
What do you mean?
So...
my arm!
Oh, wait,
Have you not realized what has become of you yet?
No! It cannot be!
It can and it is! Your body is now partly infected by the power of the outsiders you so despise! But tell me, how does it feel having within you the very same power that robbed you of all you hold dear?
Me? An outsider?
Such despair, yet such hatred too.
I'm surprised at how long this
If
section
you had
is.
lost your senses and been consumed by the monster within, I'd have disposed of you. But that did not happen. You are not the fiend you think you are. You are still human. For now. You wish to die, though your life was saved? Well, that certainly aligns with the organization's belief of eradicating outsiders, those who've rejected humanity, and as such, you should die. But why not see this as an opportunity? The great power you've gained will aid your mission to fulfill that belief.
You think I should use this power? Though it is a sin even for me to be alive? What foolishness. Such an act would betray the very organization I serve.
But you could use that power to give you the strength you need to defeat the Azure Knight. Is that not so?
What is this?
A gift. When mending your armor, I modified it to help suppress the evil within you. It should ease your burden at least a little. Of course, in the end, what you decide to do is up to you. But fear not. I shall not report anything to the organization.
You have done too much for me.
Not at all. I love humans, especially ones such as yourself who are tossed about by emotion and reason.
You're just so flamboyant and just, ugh. So I said that there was voice acting. I didn't say that it was stellar voice acting. Although that little sequence there, I think, is probably some of the cheesiest I've yet heard in this game. So make of that what you will. So that was chapter 1.
Bro, you made it back alive.
Curtis, what do you want?
How can you be so cold to a friend coming to check on your well-being?
It hardly seems someone in your position would come simply for that.
Though I number among the 12, the organization's supreme decision-making body, I can still make time to visit an old friend.
Just tell me what you want.
Your impatience is unbecoming. Still, you're as shrewd as ever. I have a new mission for you.
To defeat the Azure Knight?
Unfortunately, a different one of the 12 is in charge of that particular matter. Even you, the strongest of the 12, were unable to defeat the Azure Knight. We need to try other means than brute force.
Since I failed my mission, I assume my seat was forfeit.
While some among the 12 wish it to be so, this mission is designed to convince them otherwise. In other words, this is a chance to rise from the ashes. I shall accompany you as an observer.
Any mission to subdue outsiders, I shall do. I care not for my seat in the 12.
Come now. I wish to lead you together with the organization. It's a selfish wish, admittedly, but you must assist me.
Stubborn as ever.
Well, some have always been too stubborn to respond to anything but greater stubbornness.
Do as you please.
That I shall. And accordingly, before I reveal more of the mission, I want to make sure you have not gone soft. Let us step outside.
And let us do battle. Fair enough. You know, maybe I won't do all this whole thing, because this one has a lot more talking than some of the other ones just zip through. And like I said, there's maybe 5 or 6 different, for these sub-chapter, or these characters specifically. The main story, I think, had more like 20, 21 chapters. But when you go into these separate character ones, then these are typically short. But this one's had a lot of dialogue. And you got him 1 round.
Battle 2. Fight!
Oh, nice juggle. There we go. Launch him into the air. See him grab it. Ah. See if I can see what his grab is. Okay, that's interesting. Perfect. Yay! Alright, 1 more match. Okay, well, I like that juggle attack. I just gotta figure out how to capitalize on it more.
Roar for me! Arendite! Scarlet Swing!
Scarlet Swing, alright.
Still coming! A storm's coming!
Can I get a perfect on it? Nope. As I said, can I get a perfect? Nope. Close. Alright, I win. So we'll watch the rest of this little cutscene, and then instead of going to the next chapter,
Kill him.
Back out.
Careful now. I see your time in recovery did not rid you of your mercilessness. Do you wish me dead?
Forgive me. That voice.
I have been
It is the same evil voice from before. My fate is sealed.
Fear not. You are not back to your formal self yet. How is the wound from the Azure Knight?
Though not fully healed, it will not interfere with my mission.
Is that so? Always trying to put on a brave front. Well, I concede defeat. Your wound must not be so serious after all.
Are you done?
Yes. Sorry it took so long.
And what is the intelligence chief doing here? I would expect you to have better things to do as one of the 12.
Grow, do not speak to our master in such a tone.
No matter. It is true I am free enough to see my 2 pupils. Moreover, I have information about the mission.
Then say what you have to say, and be quick about it.
Very well, I shall be brief. We have located a branch of the ancient outsider group, Feegle Sestimus. Grow, you will initiate a surprise attack and destroy the outsiders quickly. That is all.
Understood.
No mission I have ever accompanied you on goes smoothly. Indeed, the trouble you find yourself in goes beyond bad luck. Hopefully, this time will be different.
Yeah, right. Alright, so that one is a little bit shorter. And we're gonna... Hopefully we can back out here. Oh, I probably gotta wait for it to... Okay. Alright, so we can close that, and I can come back to it later. So that's always good. Let's go back. So that is one story mode. The Soul Chronicles. Now, the first story mode up here, this first story, this Libra of Souls, basically this is where you actually use the game's character creator, and you can make your own characters. And then basically, you don't customize them quite as much as you would like in a wrestling game where you can say, you know, I want this specific type of kick, this specific type of punch or grab or whatever. But basically you customize the appearance, and then you assign them a soul, meaning that you basically give them a move set based on one of the existing characters. So you choose basically their weapon, and then that kind of dictates their move set. So this Libra of Souls, I have 2 characters here. And again, go watch, if you want to see a weird character, this weird kind of demon chick that I created one time, my first stream. She's like this weird green... well, let's just go into her. We'll just go in there real quick so you can see and hear what she sounds like. But yeah, I kind of went a little bit crazy, and I forget. You can give them different voices too. I'm trying to remember what the heck it was. Oh, really? I gotta... What? This is from the beginning? Can I skip this? I think I can, yeah. I just want to see, because, so, this is the problem that I have with this mode. I like the mode itself. However, everything is text in this mode. So, you know, you have these little text boxes, and sometimes you have to respond to certain questions. Admittedly, I haven't been paying attention to the story. I've been just going into it for the different types of fights, because each battle has different conditions that you have to work with. And I just wish that they had, you know, even if they use that overall narrator guy that's been in all the other modes that talks the battles, like even if he would could audibly narrate, that would add a lot more to this. So, yeah, let's just skip this. Yeah, okay,
Your
good.
soul resonates with the darkness.
So I leveled up or something here. And so you have this world map, and I can, if I go here now, here is a battle screen, and basically on the lower left hand side it gives me a condition. Defeat your opponents. Okay. So we're just going to skip. We don't care. But yeah, this is kind of like almost like an interactive training mode, because, you know, some missions you basically have to do specific moves to win. Like, you know, only charge moves win or something like that. So yeah, I'm the crazy person on the left with the sai. The sickle, whatever you call it. I'm trying to remember when you can choose the voice. And the voice that I chose, and I pitched it really weird. I'm trying to remember what she said. Like, I was like, "You look beautiful dead," or something like that. Okay, apparently I did it, or something. Okay. So yeah, you get these couple of resources. You get gold. You get the experience. Sometimes you get consumables like food. And so there's two different types of currencies. There's like these gold, and then there's another type of currency. One currency can only be used in this Libur of Souls, but if you earn enough of it, you can, in certain parts of the map, you can trade it, you can exchange it for this universal type of currency that you can use elsewhere in the game to unlock like things in the they don't call it the vault, I forget, the museum, where you can unlock, you know, some artwork and some movie clips and different things like that. So let's just skip around, and then I'll show you my other. Oh really? You're gonna make me do that again? What? Okay. Alright, I wasn't paying attention. I don't care. Actually, let's go back, because this is not my main game. This says quit. And I'll load my other save here. This behemoth, I made this just crazy big monstrosity, like half muscular, half sumo guy that is just nuts. So let's see, what does this require? You have reduced health, and your opponent has increased attack power. Oh, goody. But yeah, so sometimes, you know, you'll have to defeat with like a special attack, or, you know, you have to use guard impacts, or you'll have to use, there's you know, these certain SoulCalibur moves that you really have to learn to do well in this game, and this is kind of a more interesting way to teach those. So I have made this character. I gave him Siegfried's giant blade, so you won't see Siegfried in this video himself, but you'll see this guy has his soul, so you see his giant weapon. Yeah, so this guy, he's kind of just got this giant oh, okay. Hey, bud, hey. You should totally not do that. Grab him. There we go. Okay, that one didn't go too badly.
Battle to fight.
Go. Uh-oh.
Don't piss yourself.
Oh yeah, don't piss yourself. That's right.
You're tough. Still want to go?
So that is the tone, kind of pitched down voice that I gave this guy. He's kind of got this just like, weird warble effect to his voice, but you know, he's all cocky, whatnot. Alright, so I won that one. Very cool. So let's get back to the mini-map here. And I want to explain one other thing. So, okay, so here we get our more resources. Cool. Now, you unlock different things. Now, this one I've done quite a few different battles. Now, you have your critical path, but what you also want to do is you can travel, or you can explore the immediate area, which means then I can move my cursor around and try to find other nearby areas off the path. And it'll cost you so much gold to travel between those paths. And then when you find a destination, usually you'll have some other type of, you know, all these have different types of battles or win conditions you have to do. Now, the problem with exploring is that, remember I said you get consumables like food and things like that. Well, that is where you really have to be careful, because if you start exploring and then you don't go back to your critical path, once you are exploring this, there's a stop exploring option. So let's say you go and you find a place, okay, you win a battle, you do that, you win a couple more battles, and then you screw up and you lose. Well, if you do, you end up losing all of your progress since you started exploring from that critical path on the map. So you'll just be kicked back to, you know, where you started exploring on your main mission, and then you'll have to probably go do a lot of other crap again. So you have to balance exploration versus kind of managing your resources. Make sure you have enough food. Like, you know, okay, I beat this battle, but I'm kind of beaten up, so maybe I better eat, or I better use some sort of equipment or something that'll give me some particular type of either resistance or some type of attack benefit or boost. So there's a little bit more strategy to this, because it's an ongoing, this isn't just your simple arcade mode. You have all these different little story things that you can do, but I like how each mission basically gives you all of these varied win conditions. And I remember the second stream that I did, I finally beat it a few times after I stopped the stream, but I would say the last 20 minutes, half hour of my second stream, there was this battle. I forget what the win condition was, but I had so much trouble with this guy. He was just mercilessly just destroying me. And yeah, it was not going well. Let's do one more battle, and then we'll wrap it up here. And maybe we'll take a look at the museum before we wrap it. Yeah, so I love this mode. I just wish that it spoke. You know, I just wish that it was narrated like the Soul Chronicles are. That's my major complaint.
Fight!
Oh, I didn't. It was too far away. Well, kick him. Alright. Nope. Okay, there we go. Grab him. Impale that. There we go.
Battle 2. Fight!
I'd love to do his special again. I will do a little clash here. Boom! You're dead, son.
Don't piss yourself.
Oh, you blocked it, you punk! I didn't get to do my full thing because he actually blocked my first attack. Well, you should be punished for that. Oh man, these are so much easier. that one, like, I was exploring and I did probably a good half a dozen battles. And then I just got totally stuck on this one battle that I had to do, and it was just brutal. But yeah, I did eventually beat him off camera, but if you want to go see that that struggle, you can definitely check out, again, my past streams. So in the past 2 mixer streams that I did for this game, like I said, you'll see a lot more arcade mode, you'll see a lot of the Soul Chronicles. I went through, I think, like the first part of the main story, and then the second stream I went and I did a lot of sub-stories. I picked a few of my favorite characters and we got to see what they were up to, and then we did a little bit of the first stream. I did a character creation. I made that weird chick that I showed you earlier, and then I created this guy off camera. But then when I did my second stream, we went in and I played this game with this character and made some good progress. So yeah, I'm not sure how long this is, but I've heard this is a pretty meaty campaign, so that's pretty cool. Before we wrap it up, let's go to the museum. So we have portraits, library, gallery, combat lessons, music, and tips. Oh, wow. So I just went into the music here so you can kind of hear some of the really orchestral. Just give you guys a little bit of peek of these, a couple of these here. Yeah, this series has always had kind of this epic, sweeping orchestra sound to it. Alright, so that's music. Let's do... I'm trying to remember... Was it the gallery? Yeah. Show you a little bit of a movie here. I don't even remember what this movie is. Is this just the trailer? Oh, okay, yeah, here's like a history. This is cool. SoulCalibur. Oh man. So many memories. The Dreamcast. Oh, SoulCalibur 2. I wish they showed more actual fighting. I wish they didn't just show the... Like, it's cool seeing the different graphics upgrades, but you know, I'd like to see more of the actual fighting instead of the cutscenes and artwork. Kind of a deal. So Calibur 4. I think that one might have been the one that had the Star Wars characters. It's been so long I can't remember. I didn't even play 5, or there was a few spin-off games. There was one for the, I think it was the Wii I heard it was just awful. Because it had these weird controls to it. I think there were a couple of games too that were exclusive to Sony's consoles. I think there was like a PlayStation PSP one, there was a PS3 exclusive one, I believe. So yeah, I've unlocked that. Unfortunately, that's the only cutscene that I have right now. Just going to Soul Blade really quick. Oh, okay, unlocked that. Oh wow. Official art. I just want to see if there's like, I wish I could find. So that's where some of this currency comes in. Like, you actually have to earn enough to unlock some of this gallery stuff. Artwork. Okay, character models. Just kind of looking at some of the stuff for this game. So, I mean, if you're really, especially if you're a longtime fan of this series, you can kind of get a look at, like, these are a lot of the stages that you went in. Yeah, I definitely recognize some of these. Okay, now we're back. SoulCalibur. I don't have enough. Dang it. I know I don't have enough currency. Still only have the one. So yeah, I mean, you can dive around in there. I wish they had a few more, and maybe I just haven't unlocked them yet, but I wish they had a few more actual videos. Like, it would be cool to have a, you know, mini documentary, or maybe it would be cool to have, like I said, go back and for each game even just have those, even if they were pre-recorded, have those little sequences for the different characters and show how the stages and the characters look, where you would just set it to autoplay and the characters would just run through all their move animations and stuff, just so you can kind of see the progress between the different games. So, but I mean, like I said, this game, if you are looking for a fighting game that has a lot to do, you know, you have 2 different story modes that are there. There's a ton of content in each one. You have arcade mode, you have versus mode. I think there's a survival mode somewhere. You have local multiplayer, you have online multiplayer, you have the character creator. There's just a ton to do in this game. And even if you don't have people to play with locally, you can either go online, or, like I said, there's tons of single player content, which I very much appreciate. And for sure, I'm definitely going to go through I'm going to eventually make it through all of the character stories in the Soul Chronicles mode. And we'll try to see how far I get in the other one too. So again, you want to see more, definitely check out my Mixer stream archives. You can check the archives are on the channel at this point. They are under the Mixer playlist. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79. You can also follow me on Mixer, mixer.com/BGFH for when I do more live streams. And until next time, I'll chat with you guys again later.